Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. Today we'll be talking about some of the news topics from across the country. My name is Jay. My significant other and my other half, one Alexi Latour, is unfortunately not here this week. However, fortunately for him, he is on holiday, so he will be joining us next week. So you're stuck with me this week. Before I get started, a big thank you to Fazwaz for supporting the show. If you've ever thought about purchasing real estate property, buying or even renting, please visit fazwaz.com. They're the largest real estate portal in the country. All right, let's get started with our first story today coming out of Thailand. Thailand has disrupted 9 drug networks and seized millions of narcotics. In a sweeping nationwide operation during September, Thai authorities dismantled 9 drug trafficking networks, arresting 16 suspects and seizing massive quantities of narcotics. According to Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul, the crackdown captured 18.5 million amphetamine pills, 1,488 kilograms of crystal meth, and 29 kilograms of ketamine. The raids took place across provinces including Nakhon Phanom, Saraburi, Nakhon Ratchasima, Kamphaeng Phet, Nakhon Sawan, and Chiang Rai. Now, in Suphanburi, investigators nabbed a key trafficker who was already under a monitoring bracelet tied to a child abduction case. Along the northeastern border by the Mekong River, police intercepted cross-border shipments in Nakhon Phanom and Bungkan. And according to Royal Thai police figures, in the fiscal year to September 25, authorities handled 265,000 drug-related cases, seizing more than 1 billion methamphetamine pills. Well done to the Thai government stopping the drug trade, or at least having a huge impact against it. Obviously, our current acting Prime Minister, Anutin Charnvirakul, he's only allegedly in office for a couple more months, so he's trying to do as much good as possible and trying to make as much difference as possible. Differences that often make the news media headlines, but hey, when in politics, you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, some good news coming out of Thailand today. For now, a little bit of a disclaimer: we have a lot of stories today that are about, I would guess, about violence and some unfortunate stories. I wish I had some more feel-good stories for you today, but not so many from over the weekend. So let me just move on to our second story today, which is regarding a former boxing champion, Amnat Ruenroeng, in convenience store brawl. A shocking viral video shows former world boxing champion Amnat Ruenroeng involved in a confrontation at a convenience store where he appeared intoxicated and aggressive. The footage depicts a young man trying to calm Amnat, but the ex-boxer allegedly pushed him. In response, the young man, claiming to defend himself and others present, struck Amnat, restraining him until he fell. The young man later posted that he had no intention to hurt Amnat, but felt forced to act as Amnat continued to escalate. Amnat, a decorated athlete who won the IBF flyweight title and Olympic and Asian Games participant, had a reputation for discipline and focus. The incident has stressed his public image and raised questions about post-retirement conduct. Authorities are reviewing the video and considering charges, especially around public disturbance and assault. Many netizens have expressed disappointment, saying retired athletes should exemplify decorum rather than being embroiled in violent incidents. Obviously, some sad news coming out, and some bad news of how athletes are not able to cope, especially after their retirement. It's unfortunate that these incidents have to happen, but kudos to the men who could control such a decorated and lethal, a lethal warrior, former warrior. Thankfully, nobody was severely injured, and let us know in your comment section below, how is it that so many athletes after retirement just, end up in situations like this? And people, many different people have different feelings about that. However, I am sure that you're going to be enraged by our next story, because there is outrage around Thailand as a teacher accused of assaulting a student over marshmallows. That's right. A 23-year-old teacher in Lampang is under fire after allegedly assaulting a 7-year-old boy for eating the teacher's marshmallow snack. The child reportedly consumed the snack due to lack of money, prompting the teacher to strike him with a metal ruler and slap him. Local leaders visited the boy's home in Mae Mo district and documented facial and neck bruises consistent with blunt force trauma. The teacher and his mother attempted to apologize and offered compensation, but left hurriedly when media arrived. The boy's mother refused the pardon, demanding legal consequences and transfer. The school's board and local officials have been pressed to take action. Community outrage is high, with many accusing the teacher of abusing authority and calling for stricter oversight in classrooms. In a similar case in Lopburi, a teacher assaulted two students, one suffering broken ribs, pointing to a broader issue of teacher misconduct in Thai schools. Now, it has been a couple of months since we have done a story like this, but yes, Thailand in general, a lot of Southeast Asian countries in general have this issue of teachers abusing and assaulting young children and students. I mean, this 7-year-old child had, it was being a little naughty and stole the teacher's marshmallow snacks. I don't know how many adults firstly have marshmallow snacks at work, but okay. And he thought it would be the appropriate action to hit him with a metal ruler and slap him. I mean, yeah, certain people are not qualified or should not be educators. And I hope there are some severe penalties for this teacher so that a common occurrence such as this does not continue to happen. It is very common in Thailand for teachers to hit students. It is getting more and more talked about, and there's a lot more media attention now if teachers like this person kind of take it so far, and it's getting better across the country. But especially in more rural parts as well, teachers sometimes take it a bit overboard, and there are many stories that don't get reported, and many instances where teachers get away with it. But hopefully with strong measures taken against teachers like this, it should be stopped 100%. All right, we're going to move on to our next story today, which is going extremely viral around Thailand. There is outcry over a man's comments on security guards' dining choice. Now, this is more of an opinion piece rather than less than news, but it did happen. I just wanted to talk to you about this to get your views on this. Outcry over man's comments on security guards' dining choice. Now, a social media post ignited public backlash after a man openly questioned whether security guards truly earn enough to dine in nicer restaurants. He expressed surprise when he saw a guard eating at a buffet with his family along the Chao Phraya River, suggesting guards couldn't afford such meals. Now, many viewed his remarks as condescending, implying low-wage workers should not enjoy certain public amenities, a microaggression that struck a nerve. Local netizens and media criticized the man for judging someone's dignity and income based on occupation. Others defended the guard's right to leisure without scrutiny. The incident opened a broader conversation about class prejudice, respect for workers, and social assumptions in Thai society. No official action has been reported, but the commentary has fueled debates around respect, humility, and judgments in everyday interactions. Well, there we go. Yeah, there are a lot of nice people and kind people around Thailand, but every now and then, yes, you do get people like this that see others differently. Why be rude and racist when you can be rude and racist? Why be rude and racist to others when you can be rude and racist to your own? But obviously, so like I said earlier, this story is going absolutely viral around Thailand. A lot of people have their opinions about this, and partly being because there is still a large portion of the population, that is middle class to up, who do share this kind of viewpoint. But what do you think? Let's debate, or let's not. Maybe it was just completely wrong and we don't need to talk about it. But let us know in the comment section below. All right, moving on to our next story, taking us to Pattaya. Pattaya tackles stray dog concerns after viral complaints. Who knew that Pattaya has a dog problem? And no, they're not talking about the white Farangs. In Pattaya, or the Indians, to be fair. In Pattaya, a flurry of viral complaints from residents and tourists has pressured local officials to address the growing issue of stray dogs roaming streets, attacking people and damaging property. Deputy Mayor Manot acknowledged the seriousness and prioritized intensified sterilization, vaccination campaigns, and relocation programs. Dogs seen begging or running loose are now being caught, while shelters are being equipped to cope with increased intake. Authorities also plan stricter enforcement of pet ownership rules to reduce stray reproduction. Community groups are being mobilized to report aggressive dogs and support humane interventions. The pressure rose after videos and posts surfaced showing dogs being visitors or trampling neighborhoods. The local government says it aims to strike a balance between animal welfare and public safety. And of course, this only makes the news, and a change is being made because this video is going viral all across social media. But who even knew that Pattaya had a dog problem? Now, some might say we've always known, but others didn't. Pattaya, makes the news for a lot of things, but not a stray dog problem issue. So at least it's being tackled now, and hopefully they won't take forever to kind of actually act upon this issue. But there we go. I'm going to move on to our last story today, talking a little bit from around the ASEAN region, taking us to Indonesia. As Indonesia school collapses and kills 37 and dozens of people have been injured. A catastrophic school building collapses in Indonesia claimed the lives of 37 people, including many students, and left dozens more injured. Now, the precise province was not specified, but emergency crews have rushed to pull survivors from the rubble amid scenes of chaos and grief. The collapse is raising urgent questions about building safety standards, maintenance practices, and possible structural flaws. Hospitals in the vicinity are overwhelmed handling burns, fractures, and trauma cases. Officials have launched investigations into whether substandard materials, corrosion, or unauthorized additions triggered the collapse. Families are calling for accountability, and national leaders have pledged full-scale inquiries. The tragedy underscores a persistent worry in some parts of Indonesia over aging infrastructure and enforcement gaps in safety regulation. Some sad news coming out of Indonesia. Hopefully they find out, and there is investigations obviously going on what really happened. But not just Thailand that's suffering from bad infrastructure and I guess natural disasters, but Indonesia also facing a collapse when Thailand just faced one a week ago. But ladies and gentlemen, those are some of the stories from across Thailand, and that one story from around the ASEAN region. There are, of course, more stories that you can find on thetiger.com and ASEANnow.com, and you can let your comments be known on our social media platforms, and also ASEAN Now, Thailand's largest English news forum. Please make sure to follow us on TikTok, on IG, on YouTube, on Facebook, and for all up-to-date news information. For those of you joining late, once again, one Alexi Latour is on holiday. He will be back with us next week. And if you're watching, Alexi, miss you, buddy. Hope you're well. That's it for today's show. We will be back live again tomorrow morning. For now, I'm going to dive into the live section, so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
If you like that story, please like and subscribe. And for more Thailand news, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at The Thaiger, or you can go to thetiger.com and join the conversation.